you can spy on a phone without the other person knowing. I mean, yeah, sure, there's lots of ways to do that. And, the funny thing is, over the last couple of years, these OTA spy apps that are offered in ProSpy, they really have come a long way. I mean, a couple of years ago, it was very cumbersome. You had to actually have the phone in your hand. You had to enter the telephone number and all this other, a very, very long URL. For those of you who don't know what a URL is, it's like a web address, HTTPS, blah, blah, blah. And quite oftentimes people will be sitting there with the phone because the person they want to monitor is, either close by or maybe in the bathroom or something like that. So they're fumbling around with the phone, trying to really quickly, enter the information. And 9 times out of 10, you mess it up. It's not like that anymore. Now the app does all the work. I mean, minimal user input is all you really have to do is download the app to your phone and then enter the telephone number of the phone you want to monitor or spy on, whatever you want to say. It makes no difference. People use the words interchangeably. So anyway, once you do that, after that, your work is pretty much done. The app does the rest of the work. And so when it gets to spying on someone without them knowing, yeah, because once the app makes a connection with the other phone over the internet, that's where they get over the air from. So after you enter the telephone number and you tap enter or activate, whatever it might be, yeah, the app then goes about accessing the Wi-Fi, the internet, and the cellular, the cell towers and like the cell providers like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, whatever you have, it makes no difference. And then that's how the connections are established. It's over the internet. Everything is connected. That's what people don't understand. And some people who doubt the technology don't understand the technology. And once you understand the technology, then of course you know what's possible. And so once that remote connection is established, you can do anything you want through the OTA app. And there are many, many features that come with these OTA apps. And one of them is, text messages, WhatsApp messages, call recordings, FaceTime recordings. I mean, it's crazy. GPS location. That's a very, very popular one. People want to know the GPS location. And these OTA apps have the ability to where you can actually get the GPS location on demand. And what I mean by that is from inside the OTA app, and it's typically like installed to your phone, or you have access to it, like logging into your account, like a banking account or something like that. So you're inside the OTA app, and now you can send a secret command from. So let me say. So you're in the OTA app, which is on your phone. So essentially you're on your phone, okay? But you're operating from within the OTA app, or the OTA spy app. So from there, you can send secret commands to the other phone to get it to, reveal its GPS location automatically on demand. They call that on-demand GPS. It really is quite fascinating. So if you're dealing with a situation where you're texting someone or you're calling someone and they're not replying, they're not sharing location with you, so you have no idea where they are, what they're doing. Simple. You download the OTA app to your phone. You enter the telephone number of the phone you want to spy on, in this case, their number. The remote connection is established within just a few minutes. It doesn't take long. I mean, you see how quickly things connect to the internet these days. And once the remote connection is established, that's it. Now you can send that secret command to the other phone. It's called stealth commands. And with these stealth commands, like nothing happens on your phone or their phone. There are no notifications. There are no jingles, chimes, rings, flashes, nothing. Everything happens in the background. It's actually quite scary when you think about it because, people should be very, very careful with this kind of stuff because it is very, very powerful. So anyway, you send the secret command to the phone, and that's within just a few seconds. It reports back to you that phone's exact GPS location, and you'll see it as a push pin on a map. It's fantastic. You can also see that where that phone has been and how long it's been at each one of those destinations that you see the pin. It's insane. It really is. And in addition to that, you can send a secret command or a stealth command to the phone, again, completely in the background, nothing, no notifications, no nothing. They will not know. And you could actually activate the video camera of that phone. That's right. And yeah, the phone will start to take a video of whatever the camera is looking at that moment. So if you have your phone on like one of these stands here or something like that, yeah, and it happens to be looking at me, that's right, yeah, it's going to be a video taken of me. And from my point of view, my phone's not going to do anything. It's going to stay black or whatever it is that I have. That's it. I will have no idea. And yes, it's scary. This is why people put tape over their cameras when they're sitting at their desk. This is the reason this people do this. And maybe you've heard some people doing this and you think they're crazy, but they're not. I'm telling you, when you have a cell phone, you have no privacy whatsoever. None. And if you think you do, you're delusional. You shouldn't leave the house if you're that naive, if you're that ignorant. I'm telling you, don't ever think you have any level of privacy on your cell phone, because you don't. So anyway, let's get back to it. So now, yeah, that's one way, and it's predetermined. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes. You could take a video, and you could also send a command to get it to start and stop video. And then this is, again, you have to be careful with these two. Now, there's another secret command that you can send. It's called remote microphone activation. And you send the command in the same way as the others, and it remotely activates the microphone of that phone, thereby allowing you to listen to the surroundings of that phone. So if I had my phone sitting right here next to me, right, and someone did that, it's sitting on the desk, they'd be able to hear everything that I'm saying right now, just as if they were sitting right next to me. I mean, it's insane, And so you have to keep in mind, people, and we're sitting here and, there is no reasonable expectation of privacy, of course, but, you have to be careful because things like this, depending on which country you're located in, could be illegal. That's why I tell people, look, I'm here to tell you what these apps can do. It's your responsibility to make sure that you abide by the laws of your country, state, city, whatever you want. I don't care. Get your own legal advice, okay? So, yeah, that's how you can do it without somebody knowing. Now, in addition to this, you're also going to get text messages, WhatsApp messages, and any messages that are sent and received through any messaging app. It doesn't make a difference if they're encrypted. That's another thing, people. That's a bunch of bullshit. There isn't an app that you have on your phone that is completely secure. Every single one can be accessed. And I don't give a shit which one you're using. Anyone can be. I don't care if you're using WhatsApp or private message box or Signal. I don't care. It's bullshit. Nothing. Anything that's on your phone can be accessed. And if you think it can't be, well, think again. So if you're looking to do something and you don't want someone else to know about it, don't put it in writing. That goes all the way back to the 30s and 40s. Don't do it in writing and don't talk on the phone, And I'm not helping people. I'm not encouraging people to break the law and anything else like that. What I'm trying to say is that you have no privacy on your phone. Anything that's on your phone can be accessed simple by like one of these OTA apps that are available to the consumers. These are available to the average Joe for like 20, 30, 40 bucks. It's insane. So, yeah, this is how it can be done. Also, you can get the deleted text messages as well, because a lot of people don't know this. And you've seen this on many of my other YouTube videos and TikTok videos, that it's important for you to realize. And this is how, forensics work when they do investigations, perp phones and all this other good stuff. Or when they, the first things law enforcement usually goes for is that cell phone, because it is a treasure trove of information. And people wrongfully believe that when they delete a piece of information from their cell phone, it's gone forever. Yeah, no, it is not. I don't have the statistics, but I am absolutely certain that law enforcement has been able to, find out information on just more than a few people based on simply doing a simple diagnostics of their phone, where somebody thought they were deleting something, but in fact, it still resides on the phone. Because what people don't understand about electronic devices, in this case, phones, computers, iPads, and things like that, when you delete something, you're just telling the operating system to no longer display that piece of information. It stays on the storage system or in the storage system of that phone or in that device until another piece of data is written directly on top of it. And this goes all the way back to probably even before the 80s, when the first PC XT came out. Some of you are probably not even old enough to know that. The first DOS operating system stands for Disk Operating System. That was done by Microsoft. It goes all the way back to that. As soon as people think it's deleted, but it's not. It stays there. And I'm telling you, people, don't ever think that it doesn't, because it does. It stays there until another piece of data is written directly on top of it. Until that happens, that can absolutely be extracted and made available to whoever has the right program to do it. And these things are available in the OTA spy apps that are offered in ProSpy. So yes, it is possible to do it without a person knowing, absolutely. But, as I said before, people typically go toward the negative. And when I start saying people you can spy on a phone without them knowing, they think, oh, well, it's wrong for a husband to do that to a wife or the wife to do that to a Who the hell said anything like that? I'm talking about without them knowing. I could be talking about your child who's 16 years old. Yes, you could spy on their phone without them knowing. Some parents might be up in arms. Oh, I would never do that to my kid. Well, you're a fucking idiot then, because kids are very, very smart. You want to find out what they're doing, you're going to have to do it, in my opinion, without them knowing. Because if they know you're you're hot on their trail, and if they know you're looking at their messages, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to say, yo, man, give me your phone. My mother's watching mine, so give me yours. It doesn't take much to figure that out. And I know people say, well, if you don't trust your kid, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes situations in life require such an act to be committed. I'm all for trust in relationships, full disclosure, transparency, but you know what? In a perfect world, yeah, it's not, everything would be great, but this is not a perfect world. So let's expand our, I don't want to say expand our horizons, but let's just think a little beyond the box here, because sometimes life throws situations at us that are not ideal. So when I say spy on a phone without them knowing, please don't automatically jump to the negative, meaning relationships, infidelity, cheating, because, do these things, happen? Do people use them for that type? Of course they do. And they absolutely can be used for that type of thing. But I'm not advocating that. I'm not encouraging that. You should never, ever, ever monitor a person without their knowledge and consent, unless, of course, they're under 8. Unless, of course, you, have their knowledge and consent, or if they're under 18 years of age and you're the parent or legal guardian. Other than that, and you should still be getting legal advice. You should still, depending on where you are, because the laws change from state to state, country to country, whatever it is. So don't take my word. Do not take legal advice from me or anybody here, because, we're not here to give legal advice. I'm just here to tell you these features, what's available to you, and everything that they can do. And, the rest is up to you. Just make sure you do the right thing. But you know what? People who do decide to go about using these things quite often find out the truth in a very, very short amount of time. And I mean like a day, not even. I'm telling you. Because anybody who's doing something on their cell phone that they don't want the other person to know about, as soon as you get into that phone, you're going to get what you need. Forget about needing to monitor it for like a week or a day or a month. A week or a couple of weeks or a month. You're not going to need it, because most people just keep repeating the same shit time after time after time. As soon as you log into their phone, you get that first download or first upload of information, you're going to have everything you need.